We have limited topsoil on this property. We need to increase the organic matter to improve the soil, to make the trees more resilient and to fight off the diseases that they face and be able to produce as many macadamias as we can. My name is Gavin Lerch. Our family farm is on the north side of Bundaberg. Farming's in my blood. I've got a photo upstairs. I was cracking a macadamia nut when I was 18 months old with a hammer. 73 years ago, my grandfather bought this property to produce sugarcane. Our profitability was just not there for sugarcane, so we decided to make the switch to macadamias with the view of a long-term profitable crop. Macadamias are native in the rainforests around Queensland. The mass of leaf matter and compost under the big tall trees, and these native macadamias are in there thriving. So we're trying to build a soil with lots of organic matter because that's what the trees expect. Compost includes lots of important nutrients, but there's a diverse biology in compost that feeds the microbes, improves the soil health, improves the drainage within that soil, and ultimately increases the productivity of the tree. This farm's got marginal soil. It is a grey clay, a very shallow topsoil, and a heavy clay down deep. So in 2017, we started preparing this land, and even before the trees were planted, we were banding manure and compost up each row to ensure once we formed the rows and the compost and that organic matter was deep down in the soil, that the trees would be able to feed from that for many years into the future. One of the great benefits of compost is the organic matter. The more organic matter in the soil, the better and the higher water retention we have. It improves and promotes root growth. Our farming system requires us to sweep and to blow the mulch out from under the tree during the harvest time. Anything that we remove, our goal is to replace that organic matter. So from our farm, we send the nut and the husk away for sorting and processing, and there's shell and husk that is a byproduct of the process. We rely on our compost supplier, Oreco, to provide a consistent, reliable product. Oreco have been very keen to take the byproduct of the macadamia husk and waste and turn that into a very valuable compost. We have been using a wood chip-based compost for several years, but it's great now to have access to the macadamia byproduct from the processing plant so that the husk and the shell and the kernel can go back to the paddock where it came from. As farmers, we're doing our best to conserve or protect our greatest asset, which is our soil. Now that the harvest season is finished, most people are pruning and applying compost. I've also received a fresh load of compost from our supplier today. They're adding some manure, adding some wood chip and sawdust, and making a custom compost blend for us. They give us the option to ask for whatever products we'd like to add. So if there's limes or gypsums or anything that we'd like to put into that, they're happy to work with us. So all of the nutrients that we've removed, we're bringing some of that back into the farm with the compost and the kernel and the shell that is part of that compost. We add some other manures. We can customise a compost blend to exactly what we need on the farm. So yeah, that's good news for the trees. There's multiple outputs from macadamia production. There's lots of other byproducts that are used. One of the local sugar mills uses macadamia shell as part of their fuel source. We work closely with our local agronomist. They'll take our soil and our leaf tests. It's an important way that we can get a snapshot of what we're dealing with and then adjusting our nutrient plan accordingly. So each year we spread compost under the trees. It's no secret that many of the corporate farms around this district are using large amounts of compost. It's easy to look to the one season ahead and the input costs for that compost, but the benefits of the compost really pay back in more than just that one season. There's multiple years that the compost and the tree health is going to benefit. We are already seeing a trend of increasing our organic matter from the results of our soil tests. Our trees are about 7 years old and we basically doubled our crop from last season, and I'm confident with the compost that we applied last year and the season before that we're starting to see that true benefit. We're trying to have a sustainable farming operation for future generations, and compost is such an important part of that process.